There's a lot of happening in the world right now. So let me first start with the situation in Iran. The new war is dangerous development, and recent military actions heighten tensions. Iran has been a threat for decades, and the EU has always said that Iran must not be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon, as it would be a threat to international security. But military actions are always fraught with risks and uncertainties. What matters now is minimizing the risk of further escalation. Today, ministers urge all sides to step back, return to the negotiation table, and prevent further escalations. Extended war benefits no one. The situation in Ukraine also remains a top priority, and we were joined by Minister Sibiha today. So we all support the efforts to achieve a ceasefire, but Russia is escalating the frequency and intensity of its attacks. Just last night we had again in Kiev 5 casualties. This demands we respond with strength. By the end of this week, we aim to approve the 18th package of sanctions on Russia. Every sanction weakens Russia's ability to wage this war. A tough new oil price cap on Russian oil remains on the table. I'm also pleased to announce we discussed the military support to Ukraine, and I'm pleased to announce that 80% of the pledges needed for this 2 million round initiative have already been done for this year. But of course, it's 80%, and we still need to do 20 more. We also discussed Russia's hybrid warfare against European countries. Russia's sabotage and cyber attacks are a direct threat to Europe. The EU's new counter-hybrid strategy is a clear blueprint for how to respond. And around the world, of course, when we talk about Shadow Fleet, for example, then EU delegations are helping countries to deflag Shadow Fleet ships. So we have Tanzania has already deregistered 7 ships, and I welcome that Panama, Honduras, and Barbados won't register any of the listed vessels. This also helps to prevent sanction circumvention. Then we had lunch, ministers-only discussion on China. It is clear that China is one of the largest trading partners, and we have few issues like climate change where we cooperate. But every relationship requires a dose of realism. China enables Russia's war. We have the wording from NATO that China is the key enabler of Russia's war against Ukraine. It carries out cyber attacks. It interferes our democracies. It uses coercive trade practices. And these aspects strain our relationship and make it increasingly hard to continue as before. So it was important to hear the thoughts of member states and EU foreign ministers before we have the European Union and China summit next month. On Gaza, the European Union priorities are clear: a return to full ceasefire, full humanitarian access, and the release of all hostages. I stay in regular contact with Minister Saar from Israel, and in our talks I make it clear that the blockade on food and medicine does not protect Israel. Instead, it causes more suffering. Today, ministers discussed the review of Israel's compliance with the Article 2 of our association agreement, and that has been put together by legal experts. You have all seen the review as well. I will now address the results of the review with Israel. Our first goal is to change the situation on the ground and help the humanitarian aid to get in and help the people. So today was the beginning of the debate and not the end. Ministers also discussed the growing repression in Georgia, including attacks on opposition leaders and media. We stand ready to consider further restrictive measures on those who are responsible. And lastly, The European Union will take a major step forward in our relations with Canada later today, including with the new security and defense partnership. And this agreement deepens our defense ties and unlocks new cooperation venues, including on Ukraine, cyber defense, emerging technologies. And it can also open the door for Canadian companies to access EU defense industrial loans. Europe and Canada grow stronger together. We are sharing the same values. And at the time of rising tensions, this partnership is a vital step forward facing today's security challenges and doing that together with our friends from Canada. Thank you.